And we're live. Hi, everyone. I'm Charles Kirsch, and welcome to the third edition of the Backstage Babble Trivia Night, and the second one presented as a benefit for dancers over 40. We're so glad you've joined us, and we have a very fun night of anecdotes. I'm counting on Leroy Reams for some of those, laughs, and most of all, trivia in store for you. In a few minutes, we'll hear from the organization's president, John Cephagus, about why we're doing it at exactly this time of year, because there is a significance to that, and to reveal the big prize. Just to give you a little bit of an intro to the two organizations, things presenting this to you tonight, Dancers Over 40 was created as a not-for-profit organization to provide a community of support in response to the needs of mature dancers, choreographers, and related artists. Their goals include seeking educational opportunities, presenting seminar and panel discussions, and social events geared to topics relevant to mature dancers whose present-day concerns are focused on their ability to continue to live and work in a creative environment and continue that legacy to the younger generation, such as myself, about to begin their journey. Backstage Babble is a podcast interviewing professionals in the theater industry about themselves, their careers, and the people they've worked with along the way. It aims to paint a vivid picture of the golden age of Broadway through conversations with some of its leading players. You can find links to both in the episode description, but I'll put up this banner so you know how to donate to Dancers Over 40. The game will consist of 10 questions from each of our 5 celebrity guest askers. Each correct answer will be worth 1 point, and there won't be any penalty for wrong answers. For questions with more than one answer, you'll have to get it all correct for the point. We'll announce the scores between each round and then the final scores at the end. To remind the audience, please don't put the answers in the chat. We'd love you to type in the chat to let us know you're here, but please don't put the answers there. We will also have the guests answering by writing their answers down on a piece of paper and holding it up to the camera to avoid any copying, not that we suspect them of that. So now let's hear from John Cephagus, president of Dancers Over 40. Thank you for having us all here, John.
Hey, Charles, thank you so much. You did a great job introducing us, which is great, so I don't have to do that. But we're here for a really important reason, because it's the summer months that we do our membership renewal, and we outreach to new members as well. So it was very difficult last year, as you can imagine, with the pandemic happening. And we were really, really surprised and really warmed our heart to see how many people really came out. We had more members join and renew last year than the year before, because they knew it was important. They knew it was important to stay together. And the Zoom and the StreamYard that you do really brings us together so we can see each other, we can talk to each other, or see other people while we're in our underwear. It doesn't matter, either way. It brought together, our community is not just New York, it's all over the United States. Tony Sheldon, Australia. We have Christian Holder in London, and a couple other people in London as well. So that's important. So we start our membership drive the end of July and August, where we send out our e-blast to our members and new members, and hard copy, because a lot of our members don't do the email very well. But if you go to dancersover40.org, you'll see on the menu, join, renew, or donate. And all you have to do is go there and click. A membership is $45 a year for New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and only $35 outside of there. And you get not only our newsletter and to be on our e-blast, but you get to view on our website, which is free, our member-only video page, where you see all of our events that we've done on Michael Kidd and Michael Bennett, and all those things are there for you to see. Once you put in your password, and you get a real membership card and a thank you letter in the mail. So that's what we do. And the prize for tonight is our newly minted, I'm gonna mess up my hair for this, Dancers Over 40 baseball cap. So it is $20 for members and $25 for non-members. And if you'd like one, just email to dancersover40@AOL.com. And we will connect with you and get your address. And you can do that through PayPal or through iSquare. A lot of ways we can do the payment there. So that's what we're doing, and we're hoping to get enough people to be able to do our Legacy Awards December 6th at Lips Restaurant, which is featuring Mercedes Ellington and Sue Samuels and Tony Vagg and Susan Segrist and Mary McCaddy as Legacy honorees this year. And we're doing an event in October to celebrate Bob Avian, one of our really beloved advisory board member who just died. And so we're hoping to work with his husband, Peter Plesky, and doing a big celebration with him in October. So I think that's all for now. And thank you, Charles, for doing this. I really appreciate it. And we have some Dancers Over 40 members and friends here. Rob and Lawrence and Tony Sheldon and Leroy is a friend of Dancers Over 40. So and hopefully you'll all be soon. So thank you again, and on with the show.
Great. Thank you, John. Thank you for talking to us about Dancers Over 40. And yes, everyone, don't forget to donate. Don't forget to join as part of this 2021-2022 membership season. As a member myself, you don't want to miss the perks of joining Dancers Over 40. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin. To start off, I'll introduce the 4 amazing theater people who have agreed to be our panel of experts, answering the theater questions as you play along with them at home. Okay, Richard C. Norton is a theater historian who has written numerous books about the history of the theater, including his 3-volume series, A Chronology of American Musical Theater, and American Musical Theater, A Chronicle, which he co-wrote with Gerald Boardman. He also co-produced the Broadway revivals of Ah Wilderness and Long Day's Journey into Night. And on top of all this, he is one of the biggest theater collectors and a contributor to the Operetta Research Center. Richard, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And next we have Rob W. Schneider. Rob is the host of 2 hit podcasts, Behind the Curtain, Broadway's Living Legends with Kevin David Thomas, which just celebrated its 500th episode, which is quite the achievement, and Gay Card Revoked with Robbie Roselle. In addition to this, he's the programming director at 54 Below and the artistic director of the J2 Spotlight Musical Theater Company. He also directs shows at colleges and theaters all around the country, including his recent successful run of Very Good Eddie at the College Light Opera Company. It is also worth noting that Rob is our returning champion, having won the first trivia night that we did back in January. Hi, Rob. Thanks for being here.
Hello, Charles. Hello, Richard. Thanks for having me.
Wow.
Next, we have composer Billy Recce, whose album Little Black Book just reached number 11 on the Billboard Musical Theater charts. Called the most promising young songwriter by Broadway Radio, he is also the writer of Balloon Boy the Musical, the long-running off-Broadway hit, a musical about Star Wars, and the TV shows The Bird and the BS with Jordan Roth and Rachel Unraveled for Broadway World. His popular concert series Snowflake Jamboree played 54 Below and other illustrious venues. Billy, thank you for joining us.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. It's great to be here. I hear the questions are very difficult, so I'm excited.
I think they will be. And last but certainly not least, Tony nominee Tony Sheldon. That nomination was for his wonderful performance in 2011's Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. But since then, he has also appeared in Amelie on Broadway, Ever After at Paper Mill Playhouse, Icon at NYMF, Peg of My Heart at the York Theatre, Charles Bush's Cleopatra at Theatre for the New City, The Bandwagon at Encores, and more. Plus, in his decades-long career as one of the foremost Australian musical theatre stars, he appeared in such musicals as The Fantastics, Into the Woods, Falsettos, Company, Merrily We Roll Along, Dames at Sea, Candide, and A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Charles. Hello, everybody. Greetings from Australia.
Hey, Tony.
Yes, and we should add that it's 9 a.m. in the morning where you are in Australia. So, while I get a piece of paper to score this event, which is something I forgot to do but need to do right now, why don't you all talk amongst yourselves and maybe tell us more if there's something else you want to say about who you are and stuff like that.
Tony, is it locked down in Australia or? Oh.
I'm afraid it is. As of just a couple of weeks ago, we're not vaccinated out here. Everybody got a bit complacent from the government, and so when the Delta variant hit, nobody was ready for it. So we're all in lockdown, and at the moment we don't know when we're going to be able to ever visit another country. It could be years. We're feeling very isolated out here. And on that cheery note.
That's cheery. Nowhere to go but up, right?
Yeah.
Well, We've got a great group tonight, of course, and good luck to all of you. We'll see who wins. I think it could go anyway. So to start off with the trivia, here's our first asker, Gerard Alessandrini. He is, of course, the longtime creator of the internationally popular revue Forbidden Broadway. Since 1982, he has been making people everywhere laugh with brilliant and incisive parodies of Broadway's biggest shows and stars. This has continued up until right before the quarantine, when Spamilton was touring and Forbidden Broadway: The Next Generation was playing at the York Theatre. In addition, Gerard is the author of Blah Blah Land, the revised version of Irving Berlin's Mr. President, and many TV specials, including Men, Movies, and Carol with Carol Burnett. And he'll be asking about Forbidden Broadway, and I don't think anyone's going to know more than him about this subject, but thank you for joining us.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Gerard.
Hi, Rob, Tony, Billy, Charles. Good to be here.
Okay, so let's start off with questions.
Oh, with my questions? Really? Okay. So, let's see. The first one I have to read my questions, is it's about Forbidden Broadway because you requested that I do that. And it's which famous Broadway star has been spoofed more in Forbidden Broadway than any other famous Broadway star? It's a big Broadway star, but it may not be the one you think.
Okay. Do we write our answers? And
Yes.
And do I press private chat now, or when do I press that?
Oh, you don't have to press, but you
Oh,
can say whatever you want for people to hold it up.
Mhm. Okay.
To hold up their answers. Okay, well, I think now would be a good time to hold up your answers. So, what does everyone think? What is everyone's guess?
No, I don't see it, the correct answer yet. Not the longest, but the most spoofs, like 5
Most-
spoofs, 10 spoofs.
okay.
No, yeah, no,
Yep.
no.
And so, and what is the correct answer?
Do I give the correct answer?
Yeah.
It's Patti Lupone.
Ah.
I know I'm famous for doing Carol Channing. We did that number a long time. But I went back through the material in this break and I realized, oh my God, I've written like 40 numbers about Patti Lupone. And, we always had her in the show doing something. So she's a great star, And we had a lot of fun making fun of her, although I love her. And it shows you what a talented person she is, that there are so many things you can say about her. So I respect her enormously. And you know what? She came to see most of them. She checked them out. I don't know if she always liked them, but she wanted to know what was going on.
Did she give notes?
When she came to this spoof of Masterclass that Christine Petty did, she said, "Oh, Gerald," and I think she knew my name was Gerard. This is a much better spoof than that one of me in Anything Goes.
Oh.
A little dig there. So, do I go? When do I go to the next question, Charles?
Oh, anytime you want. We can go to
Okay.
the next one.
Number 2. Okay. This is a little difficult. And now, what actress has done Forbidden Broadway the most and the longest through our 38-year history? In other words, what Forbidden Broadway actress has done it the most? She's actually done it more than most men, too.
Okay.
This is hard.
That's tough. Okay.
All right, I guess we should hold up our answers.
Oh, hang on. Oh, Tony's still. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. I can't see Billy's because of the reflection. Oh, yeah.
I think
Well,
Christine.
in a way, it is Christine Petty because she's so associated with it, and she did many new editions. But technically, it's not. It's Gina Kreismeyer, who also does a great lies. A lot of the stuff that Christine does, But Gina was part of the company, for like 22 years straight. Whereas Christine Petty, who is enormously talented and famous for doing Forbidden Broadway, she'd get other jobs. Right? She'd be on Broadway sometimes. So she had some breaks of Forbidden Broadway. But Gina, has a tremendous voice, beautiful girl, and just was very fast also. She actually did it for, I'd say well over 20 years. Recently, she thanked me for her, she's about to take her equity pension, and she thanked me for how high it was. She was on a Forbidden Broadway contract for 26 years or something like that.
That's great. Yeah.
Speaking of Patti Lupone, she does a great Patti Lupone in Forbidden Broadway. Oh my God, I think it's maybe it's Rude Awakening with when Patti Lupone did Gypsy on Broadway, and she does a great Patti Lupone in that. It's on the CD, you can listen. And she sings to Boyd Gang's Small Part, isn't it? You mentioned that.
Great.
Okay, here's another one. Okay. All right, now I wish Leroy was here because he would know this immediately. This is hard. What Tony Award-winning Broadway musical contained a segment in it that was a precursor to Forbidden Broadway with spoofs, parodies of Oklahoma, Oh Calcutta, and Fiddler on the Roof? And they did it on Broadway and touring. It's not in the score because it's it's parody stuff. You can't publish that. But and I'd seen it when I was young. I'm giving you all these clues. But I must have through osmosis remembered it because I look at it now and I feel like, oh my God, I ripped them off, Okay, so it's a famous Tony Award-winning Broadway musical, won Best Musical, that had a Forbidden Broadway type segment in it.
Okay, let's know our answers.
There you go. Everybody got it.
We got one.
So I asked my good musical genius friend, Vinny Travato, who has every score in the world, does the applause score have this parody in it? And he said, no, it doesn't. So they never published it. So he's a wonderful music collector, Vincent Travato. Anyway, I'm going to go on to the next question. Let's see. Okay, what famous TV star replaced me in Forbidden Broadway? Because I was the original male lead, I guess, and then soon enough I figured out that there were people that can perform it better than me, but I have to write it. But so what famous TV personality replaced me in Forbidden Broadway?
Okay.
All right, let's show our answers.
Yep, show answers.
There you go. Everybody else really got it. Oh, I like Michael C. Hall. He would have been good. No, it was Jason Alexander. Right, he was great. He was great in Forbidden Broadway. Then he went on to do some other TV show for a while. I forget what that was. He's a great guy, major talent. It was clear that when he did the show that it was better with him than it was with me. So I stepped aside and just directed and wrote it. Okay, Charles helped me with this next question because I didn't know the answer myself. How many editions of Forbidden Broadway have there been? Not including Forbidden Christmas, Forbidden Hollywood, just Forbidden Broadway.
That's tough.
Are we doing Price is Right rules for this question?
I'm sorry?
Are we doing the Price is Right rules for this question?
Oh, yeah.
If
you don't go over, you win. Closest to the correct number without going over.
Although, actually, I will say this count does include the Forbidden Broadway with Forbidden Christmas. So
it doesn't include Forbidden Christmas, so okay.
But not Forbidden Hollywood or no. Okay.
No.
Okay.
West Hamilton or anything.
We're ready?
All right, let's hold up our answers.
Oh, Billy got it. Billy got it.
Hi.
Hey, retribution for my Michael C. Hall answer.
I like Michael C. Hall. Okay, next one. So, okay, there are several. There are, you could say 3, 4, 5 famous Tony Award-winning Broadway musicals that we never spoofed in Forbidden Broadway. And does anybody know what they are? Or anybody know 3 of them? There's about 5 or 6, but
5. Okay.
yeah, but 3 would be a good answer if you can get it. And one even surprises me because I actually like the score, and I thought they'll have to bring it back so I can spoof it. But and they're big musicals.
Tony Award winner for Best Musical, right?
Yeah, the one that surprised me didn't win Best Musical, but it might as well have had. It's extremely famous and is always done.
Gerard, is this since you created Forbidden Broadway? Or are we talking like the entire history of?
Right.
Okay.
Like in 38 years, I never spoofed these shows.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, but the shows can be from before 1982.
Yeah. The shows are from the whole history of Broadway.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, because of the scoring rules, it has to be either 3 for 1 point or nothing. Sorry to say that.
I don't know. Well, that's up to you, Charles. I mean, you're the man. How do you want to do it? I think 3 is a good answer, you know.
Hmm.
And afterwards, maybe you can tell us why some of these shows you never chose to do.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, so do people want to hold up their answers? See what we have so far.
I like Rob's answer.
I didn't get the end of mine. It was
Oh my
the
God. Yeah, nobody got the ones I was thinking. It is true. I forgot about Pearly. We never spooked Pearly. Oh no, that's not true. We got love. Girl, you got love once. Wait a minute. Redhead, 2 Gentlemen of Verona. We never did 2 Gentlemen of Verona. No.
Yeah.
But these are even bigger. I love Kismet. No, we've done Kismet. I love Kismet. I'm always trying to get Kismet in there because I love the music. Of course, certainly Carousel. I mean, I did, you know, and certainly Finney's Room. Okay, they are Hair. And I don't know why I've ever done that. I love that score. I love that show. Would love to have my actors take their clothes off, but we never did Hair. It just kind of fell in the cracks. 1776.
Yeah.
Just kind of fell in the cracks. I wish I'd done. I may get to do these yet, right? Godspell. I never had a Godspell number. You know, I've been a Jesus Christ Superstar. And then lesser, if you want to round it out to Memphis, I thought, you know, that one Best Musical, we never actually did a spoof of it. And Promises. But I was even surprised when I thought, wow, I've never used Hair. But okay, so that may happen yet. But some of those answers are good. Coco, oh yeah, I've done something from Catherine Efron and Coco, and like I said, Kismet and Finney's Rainbow all the time, Carousel all the time. Soon the season will be over, but they're all good guesses.
Okay, let's go on to question 7.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, in Spamilton. This is a Spamilton. My spoof of Hamilton. Right?
Yep.
There's a famous Broadway composer that I spoof with Ben Franklin, by and with Ben Franklin. In other words, Ben Franklin plays this famous Broadway composer in Spamilton. Who is it?
We're ready?
Yeah,
let's show our answers.
There we go. Who is ALW?
That's Andrew Webber.
Oh, I should have done that when we did it in London.
There you go.
I'm not sure. It's Sondheim.
Okay.
And he came to see it to approve it or check me out, whatever. Okay. And Ben Franklin's not in Hamilton, but I thought, well, if he had been in Hamilton, maybe he would have been Sondheim. And he gives Lin-Manuel advice on writing rap songs, which is ironic. Okay. Oh, how many now we've done 22 editions, but we haven't recorded them all. We just recorded like 13 over, we'd wait a couple of years and record one. Oh, I just told you the answer. I just
Let us answer. I need the points.
Right, Rob.
Okay.
You'll have to let me use one of my extra ones. Oh, that's it. Okay. This is general Broadway trivia. Charles asked me to do a couple of these. This always amazed me. Okay. Who was the original composer for the score of Wonderful Town before Rosalind Russell had him fired and replaced with Leonard Bernstein? Stein. There was a composer before Leonard Bernstein. And Comden and Green were always the lyricists, I think. But who was the composer that they fired?
Okay. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, I love Sondheim. I love your answer. No,
It was
Leroy.
between that or Michael C. Hall.
Yeah. So there you go. He probably wrote a good score. Later he did. What's the one he did later? With Nick Stritch.
Goldilocks.
Yeah, Goldilocks. And he writes wonderful tunes. When you hear the Leroy Anderson orchestral compositions that he did for Fiedler, they sound like these would be great show tunes. But the poor guy, and that's why Bernstein had to write the score in like 3 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if Ruth Sherwood had the typewriter.
Right.
Good idea.
That's funny. One of us should revive Wonderful Town with the Leroy Anderson music and put the typewriter song in. Syncopated clock, now that I blew one of the questions, Charles, with should I ask other general Broadway questions? Okay.
Two more, if that's
Oh, well, I only have one more. And one more that's decent anyway. Okay. So this is general Broadway. What Broadway singing star was Hal Prince's original choice for the female lead in She Loves Me? Barbara Cook was the second choice.
Oh God! I just saw it. Just read it. Damn it!
I'll give you a clue. She recorded 2 of the songs from it.
All right, let's show our answers. See if anybody knows.
There you go. Yeah, Julie Andrews.
Right.
And then Julie Andrews was set to do the movie with Dick Van Dyke, and they had the sets designed and everything, and it was like near production, and they canceled. What a shame, huh?
And I believe Hal Prince said if we'd waited a year, because apparently Julie said, I can do it if you wait for me for a year. And I believe he said if we waited for a year, we would have had a hit.
Yeah, oh, that's too bad. Oh, what? I didn't know that. Okay, do I need another question?
Yeah, if you could do one more, that would be
What's
just
the
around
answer?
$50.
Oh, okay. All right, here's another. My husband helped me with this. What Forbidden Broadway alumni starred in the stage version of Little Voice?
Of what?
What Forbidden Broadway alumni starred in the stage version of Little Voice, the show Little Voice? There's a stage version of that.
All right, let's put up.
In America or England? Oh, right.
That's it. Yeah.
I know it's wrong, but I'm going to make it stab.
Yeah, it's Christine Bianco. So,
Christine.
Yeah, Christine. Yeah. So Christine. Yeah, we spoke about it later. I don't know how far the show went. But anyways, that was the. So is that enough questions for me? I mean,
Yeah.
you're not going to ask me like when I was born or something, are you?
Well, thank you so much, Gerard, for being here today. This was a lot of fun to have you on. Okay.
Great fun. Thank you.
I'll just tally our scores for the end of round 1 before I introduce our next answer. And the scores are We've got Rob and Tony Sheldon tied with 5, and Billy and Richard tied with 3 at the end of this round. Okay, so heading into round 2, let me introduce our next guest. To add a little music to the evening, we're joined by the man with the biggest sheet music collection in the world, Michael Levine. In addition to this, he's been vocal coach for stars like Laura Benanti, Kristen Chenoweth, Megan Hilty, and Stephanie J. Block, and was the musical director for Billion Dollar Baby at the York Theatre, Little Mermaid at the Lyric Theatre of Oklahoma, and starred opposite Peter Howard and Mimi Hines in This Funny World at the Kennedy Center. As an album producer, he has created the Lost Broadway series, as well as the hit album Hamlish Uncovered. So, Michael, let's bring you on and you can introduce your round, which is going to work a little differently.
Yes, a little differently. Hello, everybody. Great to see you. I will mention that I was friends with Leroy Anderson's son, who told me that he pronounced it Leroy, not Leroy. So there's a little tidbit for you guys. And I grilled him every time I saw him. I wasn't friendly. I was friendly with him at the Sheet Music Society. And I kept grilling him about getting the score to Leroy Anderson's Wonderful Town. Oh, it's in a closet, and then he died, and so we still don't know what those songs sounded like. That was kind of cool. I'm sure I would have failed miserably if I was taking Gerard's quiz. Gerard, those were so hard. I'm amazed you guys did so great. It's great. Anyway, so I'm going to play you 3 notes of songs. I'm going to give you a clue, and then I will play 3 notes, sometimes 4. I'll probably add to 4, make it 4 if we don't get you guys getting it. Rob's the only one who's done this before, but for the other 3, for Tony and Richard and Billy, the clue may not be enough for you to get it, even the 3 notes. So I'm encouraging you to ask questions. We can play this. Usually we play this like "What's my line?" with each of you asking questions. And if you get a yes, you can ask another question until you get a no, and moves on to the next person. Charles will just say, "And now it's Billy's turn. Now it's Tony's turn." And the questions that we usually ask are, "What decade is it? Or is it from the 60s? Is it from the 80s, etc.? Is it by a team? Is it by 2 people? Was it a movie first?" Any kinds of questions like that to try to narrow it down. So hopefully that will help you figure out what it is. But let's start and see how you do with the first question. First question.
Do we write our answers down, or
write
just
your answers down? Write your answers down. Once you know the answer, write it down, and then but as actually maybe Charles, they can shout it out if they're or raise their hand, and you can call on them.
Yeah. So once Michael does the clue and the notes, if you know it, then raise your hand, and whoever gets it then will win. Or if not, then we'll go around for questions.
Yeah, if you suddenly, 3 of you may suddenly realize it at one point when I say something, so you'll suddenly raise your hands, and then if you 3 get it right.
Is it the song title, or is it the show, or you'll make that clear as to you want the song title?
The name of the song. The name of the song.
Okay.
Song title. This song celebrates one of the most essential elements to any Broadway show. And I'm going to count into the song so you know where the first notes lie. And often, almost always, I'm going to the chorus of the song, not the verse, the most famous part of the song. So if I go 2, 3, 4, 1. So those are your 3 notes. 2, 3, 4, 1. This song celebrates one of the most essential elements to any Broadway show. Now ask questions.
Does anyone know the answer to start off?
Or does anybody want to shout out a potential answer? All right, now you can ask questions.
Okay.
You know the questions, so
let's start with Rob for questions.
Is it from the 60s?
No.
Tony, do you have the next one?
is it from the 50s?
No.
Billy?
Is this song in the 2nd act?
No.
Richard?
Is it from the 70s?
No.
Okay. Rob?
Is it from the 80s?
Yes.
Oh. Can I hear it one more time?
Yeah, you can ask another question. Rob.
Yes.
2, 3, 4,
Can I guess?
1.
Can I guess?
Yes.
Is it Dames from 40
It
Seconds?
is. So always play the song so you hear it.
Yep.
So good, Rob, because it's kind of from the
Yes. Sure.
Kind of from, but it is 1980s here. You got it.
It is not. I think 1980 would be the right answer. All right, this Act 2 opener starts with a brass solo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Can I guess?
Billy,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, I might sound Wait, is it Come Follow the Band?
Nope.
Okay.
All right, Charles, you want to pick somebody
All
to
right.
ask?
Oh, and by the way, before we go on, we should tell people the theme of the name of that tune, which is dance songs. So these are all going to be dance songs
that are different dance numbers, yeah.
in celebration.
Sorry.
So let's start with Richard for questions.
1970s?
Nope.
Nope.
Rob.
Charles. Charles,
Rob.
pick somebody else.
Oh, I'm sorry. 60s?
Nope.
Tony.
50s?
Nope.
Billy.
80s.
Nope. You can ask other questions like the composer and things like that. Like who the composer was. You can guess the composers. Richard?
Jerry Herman?
Nope.
Rob. Any question?
Cy Coleman.
Nope.
Tony.
Kander and Ed?
Nope.
Billy.
Is it a best musical winner?
I believe so.
Do you want to maybe give a few more notes now?
That really helps.
Yeah.
There's another note.
Rob.
So you can ask, whether it's a single composer, whether there were revivals, whether there's a movie.
Is this from anything in the 21st century?
No.
Tony.
Well, not originally.
Was it originally a movie?
No.
That's a great question.
Let's finish this round and then maybe give it away if no one knows it. But Billy, do you have?
Do these have to be yes or no questions?
Nope. Anything.
Okay.
Oh,
What can I add? What brass instrument plays the solo?
Trumpet.
Trumpet.
Richard.
Is it the Merrily We Roll Along? No.
No.
All right.
I'll start giving you more clues. It's from the 1930s. It's by a very famous composer.
Is the composer Cole Porter?
Yes.
Is it Blow Gabriel Blow from Anything Goes?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
It is.
All right, got it, guys?
yes. Yep.
All right, next question. Oops. I just got my... Okay. The title characters of this Alan Menken musical have the same job I had when I was their age. In this big dance number, they extol the virtues of what they'll have when they're famous, at least in their borough. Want to guess?
Yeah, that's
Billy?
King of New York, Newsy.
Billy got it right away. I think Sheldon did too, but
Oh, did you get that too?
I did, but we got it first.
I think you all know. Rob, you knew that from that already? No? Probably Rob didn't know it. Okay, good for you, Billy. Thanks. All right, in this Creature musical's opening number, the cast explains exactly who they are.
Rob.
Billy? Or Rob?
Let's
Bat Boy?
What? No.
Bat Boy? No.
No, these are production numbers. Remember, these are pre-production.
Angelical songs, Angelical Cats.
Yes, Billy got the second. Billy got it twice just from the three notes.
Right.
Okay. In this opening to a Gershwin show, the leading man shows his boss all he can do.
Tony, you want to start with you for questions? Or
I've gone blank.
Hello?
Okay, Rob, what are you saying?
Rob.
Is it Go Into Your Dance from Crazy for You?
No.
Real Crazy?
No.
Well, you were part right. You were close.
No, you're not. Well, you didn't get the song right.
No. But you were
My
part
one and only?
right.
No.
Is it My One and Only? No.
Nope. Billy?
It's not I Can't
didn't
Be
even song
Bothered
title.
Now.
Nope. It's song titles.
I'm Crazy? Crazy for You.
Yes.
Crazy for You.
Yes.
Let me give you the love.
I'm crazy for you.
When it comes to a show. Okay, great.
There you go. All right. In this Bob Fosse musical, we learn of a forgotten figure and his exploits.
Let's start with Richard for questions.
Is it from Little Me?
Nope.
Rob.
Did the show come into town?
Yes. You can ask another one, Rob.
Oh, yeah.
Is it from the 60s?
No. Next.
Tony.
Is it Chicago?
Nope. Billy?
Is it from Big Deal?
Nope. Charles?
Well, one hand is like, think a little bit more obvious than you're thinking.
Give it away. All right. Don't
Go,
That's very hard for this group.
Okay, Richard. Any other questions?
Stumped for the moment.
Maybe give a few more nods.
It's been revived on Broadway.
Is it from Pajama Game?
Nope.
Yeah. Oh,
No, it's not.
oh, sorry, I got it wrong then. And you play these for me.
Is it
Rob.
from Damn Yankees? No.
Yes.
Is it
Rob?
Who's Got the Pain?
No, Billy?
No, it's who the Shoeless Joe from Hannibal Mouth.
Yes.
That's yeah.
Good, Billy. Billy's doing really well.
Yeah. It's cooking.
In this pop musical, the title tune tells us what everyone around really wants to be.
Can I answer?
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually think it's wrong now. It's not Everybody Wants to Be Black on a Saturday Night from Memphis,
Nope,
right?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Maybe big production numbers, but not that it is.
Rob, do you want to?
I'm sorry, Michael. Can you repeat the question again?
Sure. It's in this pop musical, the title tune tells us what everyone around really wants to be.
Oh, I think Billy knows it, so we can go to.
Billy,
No,
you know
I
it's-
didn't realize it was the title tune. So
Oh,
sorry.
Well, ask questions about when it was written or anything you want to ask.
By plot music,
From the 1980s?
No.
does it have a rock score?
Rock pop, yeah. Kind of rock, more pop than rock, I think.
Is it a 21st century musical?
No?
Maybe give another clue, a few more notes.
It was a movie first. And it was a movie after, too, as in remake.
That's strange.
And it's by two people who didn't really write for Broadway much. Maybe one other show. At least one of them.
Saturday Night Fever, maybe? No?
No? Well, you're right around the same year. You're almost the exact same year as Saturday Night Fever.
Anybody?
It was a big success, ran a number of years. And it started at Kennedy Center where I saw it. If I give you the next note, I think you'll get it, whoever shouts it out first. It was parodied in Forbidden Broadway. Nobody got into that either. Okay,
No.
if I say it was a movie with a 6 Degrees man.
Oh, it's Footloose.
Yes. Billy got it
Oh.
before anybody else did.
Yeah.
Again. Billy's gonna last. That's a good question I asked. All right.
And
This is,
maybe-
everybody put loose, right? Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this long-running musical was one of several adaptations of a famous book and film. Your notes are.
Okay, do you want to go to Rob for questions?
Who's first, Charles?
Oh, we've started with Rob before, so how about Tony starting with questions?
Is that the title song?
No.
Richard?
A 1980s?
Nope.
No.
Rob?
60s?
Nope.
Billy?
70s.
Yes.
All right.
This long-running musical was one of several adaptations of a famous book and film.
Richard?
One of the other adaptations may still be playing soon.
Chicago?
Nope.
No.
That's not really an adaptation of a famous. Well, I guess a famous.
Oh, it is.
It is, yeah. I guess.
If you think, what's something with another adaptation that will be playing soon?
Yeah, think about it. Charles is trying to help you guys. It's by this was the composer's only score on Broadway, and it has not been revived on Broadway, but it has been revived in New York and other places. And there was a film. Here's the biggest hint. It's one of Stephen Sondheim's favorite musicals.
And was it a hit?
Yeah, big hit. Ran for many, many years.
All right, can I give a hint that will probably give it away? But
Well,
just
let's give it away. All right, go ahead, Charles. Give it away.
it was an all-black adaptation of this particular story that will have another adaptation.
It's The Wiz?
Yeah, well, now what's the song? Yeah, Sheldon?
Oh,
When you need a dark night, da-da-da-da-da. Guys and Dolls? No?
No,
No,
Sheldon.
it's
Rob,
it's on the song that he's on down the road.
Yes, Billy gets it again.
Okay.
All right, not last. This is number 9. This leading man's opening number extols his philosophy of life.
Life is
Richard?
what you do from Zorba? Life is what you Life is from Zorba.
No, leading man.
Leading Man.
Well, that is his.
Oh, Herschel Bernardi is a
Yeah, I know, but he doesn't sing the song. This leading
you're right.
man. opening
Is it-
number,
is it-
and it's the opening number.
Is it First Time from Zorba?
No, it's not the opening number of the show. It's this leading man's opening number. The first time the leading man sings.
Yeah.
And it
Okay.
extols philosophy of life. But it's still
Maybe
a
give a
production.
few more. Maybe give
Is it-
like 1 or 2 more notes.
If I give them one next note, I think they're going to get it. But we can ask some questions, guys. It's by a single
Is it
person.
21st century?
Yes, it is. You can ask some questions, Rob. You got a question for me?
Is it from the producers?
No. Sheldon, any questions?
Okay,
No.
let's maybe give a few more
Yeah.
clues.
You're gonna give a clue that gives it away. All right. He didn't win a Tony for it. No, he wasn't even nominated. I don't think. But it's still playing, kind of. The show is still playing, where it will be. If I give you the next note, whoever shouts it out first. I thought that was going to give it away, didn't you, Charles?
We're
Maybe
tone
give
deaf.
a few more notes.
That's around it. That's a lot of notes. Nobody gets it there?
It's what? You said one composer? One song?
Single composer. He wrote music and lyrics. One of the top composers for Broadway in the 21st century.
Okay, I guess let's
One
give
of
this
the most long-running shows of all time.
The Jersey Boys? No.
No, it's I'll give you a hint. It's the same story as the show before this. It's the question before this.
What the hell was the show? Oh, wait, no, it's
Yes.
Dancing Through Life.
Yes.
There we go.
Right.
Okay.
Got it. Last question. This classic musical pays homage, kind of, to a popular country. Any questions?
Popular country.
Your notes are. You can ask. You can ask when it was written, who wrote it. It was written by
Is
more
it
than
the-
one.
Is it the 60s?
Nope. More than one person wrote the score.
Is it Rogers and Hammerstein?
No.
Is it Comden and Green involved?
Nope. It's the only time these collaborators wrote together, really, on Broadway, and it's the only time they were on Broadway.
Oh,
It's not from Do I Hear a Waltz, right?
Nope. Nope. Big
From the
production.
70s?
Nope.
No.
Maybe give one more clue.
Yeah, you can ask. Just keep asking
Or,
questions.
yeah.
Is it the 40s?
No. What's that, Sheldon?
Is Alan J. Lerner involved?
No.
No.
Is it from the 21st century?
No.
Sheldon Harnick involved? No.
What's that, Richard?
Sheldon Harnick involved? No.
No.
Is Martin Charnin involved?
No.
What's the country? No, you don't have to answer that.
What's the name of the song, Michael?
The title of the country.
Thought if I could slip it in. No, okay.
The name of the country.
Is the country in the song title?
Yes. The country is the song title.
The country is the song title.
Oh,
Yes, Sheldon.
it's in America from West Side Story.
Yes, it is.
Got a point, Tony. Whoa. Right.
Well, thank you all. I really enjoyed this.
Well, thank you, Michael. Thank you for this round.
Thank you for playing. It's good to see you all.
Yep. Thanks.
Okay,
Good to see you, Michael.
Yep.
scores at the end of this round. We have 5 for Rob, 5 for. Oh, sorry, that doesn't make. Oh no, because Rob and Billy both got 1. So 5 for Rob, 5 for Billy, and 1 for Tony Sheldon, and none for Richard Norton for this round.
That was hard.
It's
It was.
I'm exhausted. I feel like I burned calories playing that.
Yes, me too.
So next we have 2-time Tony nominee Brad Oscar. He's going to join us to quiz you on Broadway bombs.
Okay.
May not have been in many. It certainly is a subject he knows a lot about. You may have seen him on Broadway in The Producers, Something Rotten, Jekyll and Hyde, Spamalot, Nice Work If You Can Get It, The Addams Family, Aspects of Love, and Big Fish. He will also be returning to The Great White Way in December, on December 5th. Mark your calendars, as part of the new musical Mrs. Doubtfire, and I'm sure we're all excited for that. And Brad, thank you for being here.
All right.
Oh, I think you're muted.
Hi, everybody.
There.
Hi, Brad.
Good
Brad.
evening. Nice to see you all. Hello, America. All right, gents.
All right.
Get ready. All right, here
Wow.
we go.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Before she became a 5-time Tony Award-winning director-choreographer, Susan Stroman appeared in the ensemble of what 1979 Broadway revival? It's actually her only Broadway stage credit before she moved to the other side. All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Hold up, answer.
Hold them up, boys.
Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, no, you're right. We got it.
No, all good. No, all good, worthy answers, but alas, wrong. She was in that 1979 revival of Whoopi. From, I believe, from The Good Speed, right? To yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well
right.
done.
Dan Soretta, which I saw in DC out of town at the Kennedy Center growing up, which you'll soon see maybe a theme among some of these questions. But yes, ran for a couple months at the Anta on 52nd Street. Some of you may know it as the August Wilson. Number 2, what 2 Broadway musicals with scores by Charles Strauss closed opening night? Sort of the biggest, I would say, the biggest composer to have 2 one-nighters. One we sort of know, one is a little more obscure. Yes, gentlemen? 2 by Strauss. They closed on opening night. A couple of them made it for a weekend or 2, but 2 closed on opening night. All right. What do we got?
Got 1. I only had 1.
Okay, exact. Oh, wow, Billy, but that's the one. That's so interesting, Billy. You got the harder one. And Tony, you got one of the 2, and of course, Mr. Schneider got both correct, and Richard, you got one of the 2. So yes, it's Dance a Little Closer and a Broadway musical.
We lose Brad.
Yeah.
Am I gone?
So yes, bravo, Robert. Both, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Broadway musical.
I did a Broadway musical at 54 Below.
That's right. I remember that you did. Exactly. There's a score there somewhere. All right. Number 3. Following her triumphant debut in Follies, Alexis Smith appeared in only one other Broadway musical. What was it called? Not a success. Sort of the beginning of the end for the Mark Hellinger. All right, gentlemen, what do we got? Great. Great. Even better, Robert. Excellent, gentlemen. Platinum it is.
Yep.
Platinum it is. All right. What are two musicals starring Robert Preston that closed out of town? One, I believe, in the 60s and one in the 70s. Robert will correct me, maybe, but I think that's the deal. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Two by Robert Preston.
Ready?
Yep. Ready, gentlemen?
Yep.
All right. Take time for the grand, take time for the grand. Wow, really good. I wish, because that is the production of Rent I want to see, Billy.
Yes. Rent too much rent.
Yes, we take the town and the Prince of Grand Street. All right, gentlemen. What unsuccessful musical? Because you could replace that, you could flip-flop this to be successful. But I want the unsuccessful musical was inspired by the film Buena Sera, Mrs. Campbell, starring Gino Lollobrigida. Now I feel like these are too easy. Unsuccessful musical inspired by the film Buena Sera, Mrs. Campbell, starring Gino Lollobrigida. All right, gentlemen. Show me. There you go. There you go. Billy, what do we got there? No.
You
No.
darling.
Darling.
Why
Oh,
not?
Interesting choice. I like that you went there. No, indeed, it was Carmelina. Beautiful score by Lerner and Lane. And I remember in my education growing up and seeing this show at the Opera House at the Kennedy Center, pre-Broadway, knowing even then that Act 1 should not be an hour and a half and Act 2 should not be 20 minutes. There was something askew even there. But anyway.
If you had said it's the same plot as Mamma Mia, I would have gotten it.
Yes, exactly. And it is. How funny, right? How ironic. And then look what happened to Mamma Mia. God, look what happened to Mamma Mia. All right. Anyway, it's not about our person. Okay, what show that closed on opening night featured Celeste Holm in her final appearance in a Broadway musical? What show closed on opening night featured Celeste Holm in her final appearance in a Broadway musical? All right.
Okay.
Give you a little time. There's a lot of letters involved, gentlemen.
Oh.
Oh.
Does anyone have answers yet? Or?
Ready? Yep. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. No. Musical. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Glory.
As a side note,
We're having fun.
I
Now,
believe
here's something funny about musical chairs is that Susan Stroman was the assistant, I think, to the choreographer on that show. And I saw her recently and we talked about this. And I said, Whoopi was your only stage credit, right? She's like, technically, yes. But she appeared at the end of musical chairs. There's a reveal of some character who is talked about all night. And I know too much about this to begin with because there is a recording. And Stro made an appearance, I guess nightly, but she was there as dance captain or whatever it was. So, but yeah. And I think that's where she met Scott Ellis. And the rest is history because they then forged this, with Candor and Ebb and World Goes Round and blah, blah, blah. Okay.
And I did want to add, watching tonight is one of the stars of musical chairs, Brandon Maggart, is watching us. So that's a funny coincidence there.
And applause, right, as well.
Yeah.
How exciting. Wonderful. All right, let's see. Here we go. Robert, you already screwed this one up. The unsuccessful musical Platinum was later unsuccessfully revived in a new version off-Broadway under its original name Out of Town. What was that name? Such a convoluted history for a show like this. And there's a recording as well of this off-Broadway revisal, basically.
And it wasn't any better either.
God, no, I think it's actually worse because I got bootlegs of Platinum, believe me. Very good, gentlemen. Yes.
Yes, Tammy Grimes in Sunset, yes, right, yes.
Yeah. Ooh, what was going on there? That's just, again, but thank God it happened. Well, this is going to be like cake for you boys. You probably dream about that. What favorite Broadway disaster is about the possible discovery of the Shroud of Turin?
Oh,
Come on, boys.
question is, could you see it?
Oh, and remember, and their big thing was they were going to, they were taking Broadway into the 21st century, I guess, at the time in 1986, with lasers and all this tacky sort of, even then looked tacky. Did not look like it was advancing us into the 21st century, much less the fact what they were actually saying and doing. So anyway, everybody, let's hold up our cards and show everyone into the light.
I tried to draw the poster. Do I get a point for trying to draw?
I mean, the show actually had a mime. I mean, you're in trouble when one of the main characters is actually unapologetically a mime. All right, here we go. This is really tricky. This one I think is tricky, but I respect you boys. What actress played featured roles in unsuccessful musicals by, in sequence, Larry Grossman, Jerry Herman, Lerner and Lane, and Richard Rodgers, before finally landing in a hit by Candor and Ebb? And I'll give you this is the late 70s to early 80s. What actress played featured roles in unsuccessful musicals by Larry Grossman, Jerry Herman, Lerner and Lane, and Richard Rodgers? I mean, look at that. It's amazing. Before finally landing in a hit by Candor and Ebb. Sort of tricky. Not a household name. I don't believe she was ever Tony nominated. Anyway.
All right. Let's show our answers.
Oh.
It's tricky.
Wait, we're not ready.
Oh, okay.
Yes? Anyone?
Wait, can you read the order again, Brad? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll even give you the shows if that would help, maybe. The order is Larry Grossman, Jerry Herman. This is 75. Larry Grossman, Jerry Herman, I think it's 78. Lerner and Lane, 79. Richard Rodgers, 79 also. Before landing in a hit by Candor and Ebb, 81, I think. Sam Craig, wherever you are. Anyone? Wow. I've been out of myself. No, but it's a good guess. It's a great guess. It's a great guess.
Who does that?
It's not Laura Bacall. No.
Laura Bacall. Well, exactly. Well, that was.
I jumped in the goose and I got lost.
Okay. It's pretty obscure. Her name was Grace Keegi.
Oh,
Yes, and Charlie.
This adorable little and she was in Good Time Charlie. She opens, she's one of those in that opening Good Time Charlie. She had a feature role in Grand Tour. She plays the maid in Carmelina and has a wonderful number or two.
Sarah Mrs. Campbell, didn't she?
Yeah. And then what's the other? Oh, I remember Mama. God bless her. And then that wonderful role in Woman of the Year, where she has those two great songs with Roderick Cook.
Yes.
And, and she was a lovely woman. I got to meet her several times, and again, why I was like, I'm going to ask a question about Grace Keegi. She's also in that Mrs. Santa Claus, with Angela, which never shows as much as it should as well. But she's in that film as well. Yeah. All right, you guys. To finish it off, what ill-fated musical that was due to play the Marquee Theater caused the premature closing of Me and My Girl, and closed out of town in Washington, D.C., and never came to the damn theater to begin with? So what ill-fated musical that was due to play the Marquee, so much so that it caused the premature closing of Me and My Girl, which would not have closed had this show not been booked in there. Show never opened. Anyone? Shall we? And our guesses are? Exactly. Yes.
That's it. Yep, that's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Good old Annie, too. Yeah, the plastics were up and everything.
Oh.
Yeah. And me and my girl had to, terrible. Yes. Gentlemen.
Thank you.
I got to feel far defter than my own. Beautiful. Well done, gentlemen. Well done.
Thank you, Brent, for this home run.
Bye.
And an interesting fact from DO4 member Eileen Casey in the comments, who says that she did a commercial with Grace Key from McDonald's with Leroy Reams too, so he can tell us about that when he comes on. So scores at the end of this round. I think this was probably the most successful round for everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Rob. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 for Billy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Tony. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also 6 for Richard.
Right.
Okay, so that was our third round, and now moving on to our fourth, which is going to be about dance shows with the amazing Lawrence Leritz. As Dancers Over 40 board member and someone who has lived his professional life mainly as a dancer, choreographer, actor, and singer, he knows more about this than anyone. Among the companies in which he danced are Israel's Door Dance Company, the Hamburg Ballet, Chicago Ballet, and the Paris Opera, and with choreographers such as George Balanchine, Alvin Ailey, and Robert Joffrey. On Broadway, he appeared in Fontaine and Nureyev on Broadway and the revival of Fiddler on the Roof. Lawrence, we're so grateful that you're here.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Are your brains fried yet?
I like the poster behind you, Lawrence. Very nice poster there.
Oh, yeah, that's from my show that I produced and choreographed.
Good.
Boobs. Apparently, I'm the ham and the sandwich between Brad Oscar and Leroy Reams. That's a lot of ham. So I don't think my questions are too difficult, so maybe I can unfry your brains a bit. Number 1, what musical had 3 leading actors share the Tony Award?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do you want to show?
Yep.
To show there.
Yes, 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 yes.
All right.
Winners all. Which Tony Award winning dance musical used canned music? It was a scandal at the time with the unions. Okay.
Yep.
Yes, yes.
No.
Contact is the right answer.
Yep.
Number 3. Name 2 musicals with dancing horses.
Dancing chorus.
Horses.
Horses.
Dancing horses.
Yes.
Equus the musical, of course.
And a DO4 board member actually played one of these horses. Or maybe not board member, but member actually played one of these horses.
Oh, stuck. All I can think of is the cow.
It's like I think of the cow.
Yeah.
Anybody? Oh. Tony, I think. I was thinking of Hello Dolly and Man of La Mancha, but I think
Yeah.
I think
you're
Tony's
right.
correct with Camelot, right?
I don't know if there was a dancing horse in Camelot.
Oh.
I think there is.
So, question number 4. Name 2 musicals that implemented roller skating as part of its choreography. Okay. Answers?
Yep. And Starlight's good, yeah.
Yes, I didn't see Sherry.
They did a famous number where they were all on roller skates, and it was so deafeningly loud that they had to cut the roller skate number. It was in Boston.
So everybody wins.
Well, mine's a bit of a cheat.
No.
No.
Okay.
Question number 5. Name the All My Children leading actor who was also a dance star in the original Brigadoon.
Dance star in the original Brigadoon.
Okay, let's hold up our answers.
He worked with Agnes DeMille a lot. Yes.
Oh, you're right.
James Mitchell. I worked amazing. The first day player I ever had on television was on All My Children. And when I walked in to do the reading in the morning, the table read, there was Ruth Warwick, Susan Lucci, and James Mitchell. And of course, they were all big stars to me at the time. But when I saw James Mitchell, I just died because he was like a dancing star, you know?
Sure.
And so anyway, Ruth Warwick was sitting in the back of the room. And I said to Susan Lucci, who's the person in the back of the room? And she says, oh, sweetheart, that's Ruth. She hasn't had her strings pulled yet. But those people were all lovely. I loved going. I worked there on and off for like 7-8 years, and on different roles. They would cast me, and they were lovely people. I loved all of them, including James. Number 6. Name the director choreographer who has won 10 Tony Awards. Rob, you have to know this one.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
He's also an actor.
Okay, let's hold up.
I thought this one was really easy. No.
Winner of 10 Tony Awards? Winner or nominated for 10?
Winner.
And also an actor. Okay, let's hold up.
Right. Oh,
Tony, Billy.
Yeah, and I didn't get it. Sorry.
I didn't get it either.
Yeah.
He's the 10-time Tony winner, Tommy Tune.
Yeah.
He loves saying that too.
All Tommy. 10 times all Tommy.
He was the first choreographer I danced for, as a kid. Which dance musical used the songs of Billy Joel? Billy Reese.
Close.
Okay.
One day, Bill. One day.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, we got it all.
Everybody. Name 3 musicals. Oh, you ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Number 8. Name 3 musicals featuring a booze bar in a musical number. I'm saying booze bar, not to confuse it with a ballet bar. Name 2 musicals that numbers that contains a booze bar in its number.
So you need the song. It's the song title.
As part of the set.
Not the show. Okay.
No.
Not the show.
Not the show. The song.
In the show, in the dance. No, in the song and dance number, there's a booze bar as part of the scenery. There's a lot of it.
Maybe hold up now.
Okay.
Their answers. Oh, Rob seems to have just gone. Not sure what happened there, but I guess
Anybody?
everyone else can hold those up until Rob gets back.
Oh, man.
Here's Rob.
I'm sorry, I lost an internet connection. Do we give our answers?
No.
Okay.
But we can now.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
I can only think of one.
Okay.
I have one.
Oh, yeah.
Promises, yes.
Yeah, promises. Such a sociable sort and walking happy, and Bonnie Franklin's number in applause.
It's in a restaurant, but it's a bar. And I was thinking of also Molly Brown, Belly Up to the Bar Boys,
Sure. Yep.
Grand Hotel.
Oh,
No, it's
Not on your Nelly with
yes, Patricia Rutledge.
Yes. And Charles guessed and was correct. Fiddler on the Roof. To Life, Lacan.
Ah,
Oh wow.
No.
Don't think of it as a bar, but you're right.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It's an old time bar. Number 9. Name 2 musicals based on Duke Ellington's music. Or that used Duke Ellington's music.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
what's the blue?
Yes.
Post Cafe. I couldn't remember what it was called.
Actually, play a better choice because these, yeah.
I
It was Post Cafe. I couldn't remember what the title was.
Yes, I was thinking of Sophisticated Ladies, Play On,
Yep.
and After Midnight
Oh.
also. And for the lucky number 10, name 2 musicals featuring disco dancing.
Okay. Do people want to hold theirs up?
Yeah, I guess everybody has it. I was thinking of Got Go Disco, Saturday Night Fever. Yeah. And for Billy.
Hey.
Oh, yes. Twins.
Right.
Can you see what
Wow.
says Saturday Night Fever?
I have that one somewhere, but
I went and grabbed it out of my cabinet when I saw you had your glass.
yes, we'll have to go with. I have my favorite disco musical, A Doll's House.
But I'm done.
Well, thank you, Lawrence. Thank you for this round.
Yes, thanks everybody.
Thanks,
Love you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, and our scores at the end of this round, or for this round, are Rob 7, Billy 6, Tony 7, Richard 6.
Yep.
Okay, and last but certainly not least, we have the legend himself, Leroy Reams. He starred in 42nd Street, Applause, The Producers, Hello Dolly, Lorelei, Beauty and the Beast, and more, which is why he personifies Broadway for so many of us. He also directed An Evening with Jerry Herman on Broadway, Anything Goes with Cheetah Rivera, and recently had starring turns at the Wick Theater with both La Cage aux Folles and Hello Dolly. Off-Broadway, he appeared in Potholes at the Cherry Lane Theater and Sterling Silver at the Village Gate. He's here today to ask about a choreographer who he worked with more than once, Bob Fosse. So without further ado, Leroy Reams.
Hello, Leroy. Great.
Hello, Leroy.
Hey.
I did a movie waiting to come on. And Tony, God love you, darling. We miss you like crazy. Come home.
I miss you. We're not allowed to leave the country.
Oh, my darling. Well, anyway, here we are.
You look fabulous.
Thank you, darling. Now, do you want me to start, Charles? I'm waiting for you to say something.
Oh,
but I'm ready to go.
Yes, start whenever you want.
Yeah, no, we're talking about Bob Fosse. Now, the first question, I like to give some easy ones, except I didn't actually know this till I looked it up. In what city was Bob Fosse born?
Oh.
Ooh.
His accent would never prove it.
Okay, maybe hold up now if people have guesses.
Lame guess. Whoa.
Yeah, Chicago.
Really?
Yeah, born in Chicago. And this one is fairly easy too. What is the name of Fosse's first wife?
Okay, let's hold these up.
Yes. He may have fucked one named Lorraine, honey, but it wasn't his first wife. It's very interesting because Marian Niles was really wonderful. A very funny lady. And, you know, she and Bob actually did a tap dance act that they went around and did. And she told me a very, very dishy story. I shouldn't tell it, but I will. I'm only among friends. When she divorced him, honey, she packed her bags and didn't know how to do it, so she crawled out of the bedroom window. That's how she divorced him. Yeah. She said she packed her bag because she didn't want to confront, have a whole big scene, so she packed her bag and crawled out the bedroom window, and that was the end of it.
Yeah.
She was a very funny lady. And actually, she assisted Donald Sadler on No No Nanette, which was quite fun. Anyway, number 3, how many Tony Awards has Fosse won? The total amount of Tony Awards.
Ready?
And actually, I think only one was for director.
Try for choreography. You ready? Yep.
Most choreography, yeah. You got it, Billy.
Oh,
no.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
My original answer was Lorraine, but then I realized it's not a number.
And actually, you know, they weren't like Gwen. They didn't really display their awards and do all that stuff. They kind of like kept them in a closet and things like that. It was very interesting. In what Stanley Donen film did Fosse appear and name the character he played?
Ready? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yep. You got it, Tony. And Richard, you only got one. You didn't name the character.
Oh.
Did you know it?
He's the snake, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I sorry, I didn't understand that was the question. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This is a little more difficult. Name the person Fosse's film Star 80 was about.
All right, let's show these answers.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm really way off.
Yeah.
Better.
All right. Now, name the 2 film musicals in which Fosse appeared with Tommy Roll. He did 2 films that also had Tommy Roll in them. One is easy, the other one not so.
Oh. Nearly had a disaster.
Okay, let's show these answers.
Yes. Yes. No, you were close, Richard, but he was in that, but Tommy Roll wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
And we were debating. It's a shame. Tommy Roll was so talented. He sang beautifully. He danced. He was attractive. He was an actor. What happened there? How can you ever explain? I know musicals were on the decline at that time, but still in all. And even coming to Broadway, he was so wonderful in Milk and Honey. You would have thought, my God, he can do it all. But anyway, that's show business. All right. This should be an easy one. Did Leroy Reams appear in Fosse's Sweet Charity on Broadway or in the film?
And it'll be embarrassing if you get this wrong.
Fosse.
Okay, let's show our answers here.
Both. That's the answer, both.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, Leroy.
It was a little tricky, but we didn't want to make it twos. As a matter of fact, I almost didn't get into the original Broadway show, and I'll tell you a story about that. It's a rather long story, but what the hell? Anyone who's awake now can't sleep anyway. When I went to the audition, I wore ballet tights because in those days you couldn't buy dance pants, and I came from Covington, Kentucky. What the hell? So I wore ballet tights because I was a ballet major at the CCM, but I went to one of those dancing schools that taught everything. But Fosse wasn't paying attention to me because I was in ballet tights, because he thought I was a ballet dancer. But Gwen kept looking at me, so I knew I had her. And he kept dismissing me, and then we sang. And once I sang, of course, I was a singer also. So I saw Cy Coleman jump up, and he ran over to Fosse. I thought, well, that was a good sign. But Fosse still wasn't sold on me. And we got to the very end of the audition, and he had me read for a small part in the show called Young Spanish Man. And the other dancer reading with me was Miguel Hadro, who was Puerto Rican. So I think he thought he was going to get rid of me by that. But, darling, I had Spanish 101 at the University of Cincinnati. Señorita, señorita, she's drowning in the lake. Got it.
You got it.
So anyway, there you go. A little side story.
But didn't you give you a notice almost immediately after the show opened?
Do what, darling?
Didn't you give a notice and leave almost immediately?
I handed him my notice on opening night of Sweet Charity. We had reopened the Palace Theater. And Julia Prowse had asked me to go back and do her nightclub act, which was my first audition, first job in New York. And the salary on Broadway back then, if you can believe this, was $125 a week. And Julia Prowse paid me $350 a week plus $400 when we were in Las Vegas. So I didn't ever think twice, I'd open the show and make the money. And Fosse came in and really accosted me very angrily and said, I want to give me a reason why you did this. And I said, Julia Prowse pays me 3 times what you do. And he said, I can't argue with that. I said, neither can I. And thank God he didn't hold it against me. Then he did ask me to do the film, and then I danced with Glenn on, a couple of things. really the happiest times of my life. And that number with Buddy Vest that we did on the Bob Hope special was really just the four of us in a room for a week. I thought I had died and gone to heaven. It was just one of the most thrilling things of my life. I love them both dearly. Anyway, all right. What Fosse Broadway musical closed out of town?
Okay, let's show our answers for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's got it.
Billy, you're just too young, darling. You're just too young.
I know.
In show business, that's a compliment. They keep telling you all the time, oh, we loved you, but you're just a little too young. And then there came that day when you walked in and they say, we loved you, but you're just a little too old. One day you were absolutely right, but that's show business. Okay, this is fairly easy, but who played Charity in Sweet Charity the night Fosse died? Name the city and the theater. So it's a three-part question.
But unfortunately, you'll have to get all three parts to get the point.
The city,
The
The
theater
Star.
and the star.
Yeah.
Who played Charity the night he died. And it was so ironic that Gwen was with him. I mean, the chances was just incredible.
Wait, it's the city, the actress, and what else?
In the theater.
The theater.
God. You had to be a roadie, honey, to get that.
Okay, let's show our answers.
Yep. No, it was no. Robert, it was the National Theater.
What's the National? All right.
Yeah.
I was going to put darn it.
And of course, the irony, that when Gwen passed was that she died in her sleep, and she went up to visit her daughter because her daughter's husband was killed in a tragic car accident in, I think, Utah or something like that. And Gwen went up to be with her. And one of the grandsons came down that morning and said, "Mommy, Grandma's sleeping with her eyes open." And what a way to go. That's the way that Anne Reinking went. And that's the way that I'm hoping I go too. Yeah, so anyway, enough of that. Now, this next one is a little complicated, but it goes back a ways. Who played Vera opposite Fosse in the City Center production of Pal Joey? You're too young, Billy, but
I know, but I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Weren't there two?
There were two.
Well, it's the one that he opened with at City Center. There were two productions, perhaps, but Fosse, the original one he did at City Center, the actress opposite him who played Vera in Pal Joey.
And if you go back to the episode of my podcast with Rita Gardner, she talks about how I believe it was this woman who had trouble singing, and that was part of why I wasn't successful, I think she says.
Oh.
Okay. Ready?
Yes. Okay, let's show our.
You got it, Richard.
All right.
You got it, Tony. Vivica Linford, yes.
Okay, so I'll tally up now all the scores, and while I do that, Leroy, you can tell stories about Bob Fosse or Grace Key or whatever was mentioned.
I knew Grace Key. She was a wonderful woman. And of course, I love the way da 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 when he played the one melody, and I said that the man that got away da da da.
I'm so bad at that. It's sort of lateral thinking. I can't hear those songs.
And what is Vivica Linford's wonderful son, who
Christopher Tabori.
Yeah, Chris Tabori, lovely guy. an affair with Penny Fuller at one point when she was, robbing the cradle. I'm sure she won't mind my telling that. Yeah, honey, if I'd done it, I'd been proud of it. I would have told you more than that, but anyway. I never removed the seventh veil, though, you know that. and all the dish that we get, I always say, now listen, I wasn't there, but I heard. Because knowledge is power, boys. Knowledge is power. So anyway. But so now tell me, Tony, what have you been doing since you've been over there for so long?
Well, I came back to do Priscilla again, and then I did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and then I retired. I decided to pull the plug, and it was weird because it was 3 months before COVID hit, so it was like the rest of the show business retired with me. It's been very quiet for almost 2 years. So I just do things like this now. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Well, what has been interesting being away, for the time that we have, is that I went back and did an evening remembering Jerry Herman at Feinstein's 54 Below. And by the way, we sold out both shows, and they're going to do a third on August 23rd. So I'll push that for people who didn't get to see it. And it was so wonderful being back in front of an audience again. But the rust, all the logs jammed in my head. I had so many stories to tell. I had a difficult time my first performance getting all of the stories in order, We forget what it's like because, I'm an old show horse that, was used to doing 8 shows a week. And it's just, to me, so easy because you don't have to think after a while. You go in, you do your show, and it keeps you in good shape. And I'm just not accustomed to having time off. It's been very difficult not having something to do or performing someplace. So,
and I know Brad. Brad and I both came to see your show at 54 Below, although on TV.
Yes.
You were wonderful, of course. And so here are the scores now. I'll read from bottom to top.
Okay.
To build the sequence there. So at the bottom, we have Richard Norton with 20 points. This is all out of 50. Then we have Billy with 21 points. Then we have Tony Sheldon with 28 points. And Rob is once again our winner with 30 points.
All right.
Thank you. I have no life. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Rob. And I'll bring everyone on now to say goodbye, everyone who's still here.
The gang's all here.
Oh, yeah. Good picture.
Well, we're missing Brad. Did he have a movie that he had to do? With
Brad. Oh, and here's Gerard Alessandrini too, coming back on.
Yes. Gerard, darling.
Hello.
There you go, Gerard. Good. Hi, everybody.
Great.
Thanks for having us, Charles.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
That was very fun. I loved everybody's questions.
And Rob, I'm
impressed with the answers.
Oh, John, thank you.
Yeah. And I'm still working on the book, Rob. So we're going to get together.
I'm back in town the 1st, and then we'll get to work.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Okay, well, thank you everyone for playing. Thank you everyone who watched.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. It's fun.